Charlotte Works is the workforce development board serving Mecklenburg County and your source for the latest labor market news. Welcome to our latest manufacturing industry overview, looking at the state of this industry in 2024 in the Charlotte area. Starting with, where are those jobs located across the region? And so looking at the map of Mecklenburg County, you see a strong concentration of manufacturing jobs through the northern part of Mecklenburg County, Davidson, Huntersville, throughout the western part of the county, all the way down here with a strong concentration here along the Westinghouse Boulevard, that I-77 corridor near South Carolina. And so you see that significant shift in these jobs focused on that north and west side of town, with a smaller concentration over on that eastern part of Mecklenburg County. And when we look at this industry overall in terms of employment, we see it's a strong industry for employment, employing just over 36,000 individuals here in Mecklenburg County last year. That's significantly below the national average of 64,000 for a similarly sized metro. So it's a strong industry for our local employment, but again, significantly below that national average. Strong earnings per job, over $100,000 on average. Slightly below the national average, but slightly above a similarly sized metro. And if you look at that demand, again, you're seeing over 1,100 jobs posted every month in this industry. So an industry where you see continual demand for employees. And when we look at this industry over time, its growth, and comparing it to the national average, you see we saw an 8% growth over the past 5 years. And we're projected to see that growth continue but slow down, with 3% projected over the next 5 years. But you can see we're significantly below that national average that I mentioned. That national average of 64,000 individuals employed. We're at 36,000 in Mecklenburg County. When we look at the diversity statistics and demographic statistics of this industry, we see right around the national average of retirement risk. Just over 10,000 individuals age 55 and up are employed in this industry, above the national average in terms of racial diversity in this industry, and right around the national average in terms of gender diversity in this industry. Looking at the unemployment rate for employees in this industry over time, you see, again, a significant impact of the pandemic that has since subsided, and we've been pretty consistent over the past couple of years, really getting back to those pre-pandemic levels of unemployment with that slight cyclical fluctuation. Looking at the age demographics of this industry, again, we see predominantly prime age workers here in this industry. Looking at it by race and ethnicity, we see pretty strong representation, pretty diverse, closely aligned with Mecklenburg County overall population level diversity. And when we break that down by gender, we see it's a predominantly male industry. Over 70% of individuals employed in this industry are male. Although, again, like I mentioned, we have slightly more than the national average in terms of female employment in this industry. When we look at the top occupations in demand in this industry, you can see almost half of those jobs in demand are production occupations. So again, when we're talking about manufacturing, it's doing the manufacturing work. Almost half of those jobs are for production occupations, and then transportation, and then those ancillary support roles, office and management occupations. And then when we look at the demand by employers, we see there are over 1,200 employers competing for talent over the past year here, over 1,300 job postings. You see the top employers on the left: Honeywell, Coca-Cola, Trane, Campbell Soup, and Siemens as the top employers here. And on the right-hand side, you can see what they're looking for, those top occupations in demand: material handlers, maintenance technician, forklift operators. And so when we look down here by detailed industries, what industries are individuals coming from prior to getting into manufacturing, and then what industries are they going to after manufacturing, you can see these are some of the detailed sub-industries for manufacturing. Pharmaceutical prescription manufacturing is that top industry both prior and afterward. So again, we see a strong manufacturing presence there. Colleges are up here as well. And then you can see some of those other smaller sub-industries on what's being manufactured here in the region. And then when we look at what are those skills, we talked about those top occupations in demand. What skills are being demanded? You see that demand for project management. Again, we've seen that pretty consistently across a multitude of industries. So again, that's one of those skills that cuts across a bunch of different industries. Marketing, another skill that we've seen demand for across a number of industries here. Warehousing, here's where we start to see some of those more manufacturing specific skills. Supply chain over here, forklift. So you can see the demand for specific skills here in this industry. And when we look at the gross regional product for this industry, this is actually a very large industry in terms of gross regional product here, with over 8 billion in terms of contributions to that regional economy. That's higher than the healthcare industry. That's higher than the hospitality industry here in Charlotte. And so that has a significant impact here on our local economy. For more information or for assistance as a business or a job seeker, visit charlotteworks.com.